first moment of March Madness has arrived. It has arrived. The brackets have arrived, and March Madness has arrived in the form of Patrick Morrissey. And I'm not just saying his name because it's St. Patrick's Day. Do you know who Patrick Morrissey is, Chris? Do you know who he is? Jay?
Nope.
TJ?
Like Morrissey the singer?
No.
I am human and I need to be loved.
He's the governor of West Virginia.
Oh.
You know what the governor of West Virginia is up to today?
Why is he chiming in on this?
He's getting ready to hold a live stream of consciousness, one would think, of invective. He is upset that West Virginia did not make the men's NCAA tournament. And he is holding a press conference with the Attorney General of West Virginia to announce, as he's calling it, actions against the National Corrupt Athletic Association.
NCAA.
Well, will that be covered on MSDNC? Is that what is that whose type of page he's pulling from here?
He's gonna sue the NCAA.
No. Yes, the NCAA, but the National Corrupt Athletic Association.
Corrupt.
You see what I get? They're corrupt because
corrupt,
and I guess they're going to tell him talk to the Jerry Palm. Now, I made that reference that the selection committee gave Michigan the Jerry Palm. Mm-hmm. Jerry Palm is the name of the bracketologist of CBS. Sounds like he's a Boogie Nights character. And that's what I kept thinking every single time I'm watching the Big Ten tournament.
Jerry Palm.
And Ian Eagle's like, hey, Jerry, according to Jerry Palm's statistics. And I'm just thinking, is Jerry Palm sitting in the front seat of his car, hearing the fact that they might sue?
Jerry
calling himself an effing idiot?
I mean, Michigan didn't get completely snubbed out of the tournament, though.
No, they didn't. But Michigan wins the Big Ten tournament. They win the Big Ten tournament. They beat Purdue, Maryland, and Wisconsin. And Purdue, Maryland, and Wisconsin have higher seeds than Michigan, which lost its last 3 regular season games after a highly successful Big Ten campaign. For them, when you go from 23 losses to winning the Big Ten tournament, I guess you need to do more than just win the Big Ten tournament. It's just like, so does winning the tournament not matter? Is that what, like they were like,
yeah.
Michigan State's at 2, and they won the Big Ten regular season and well-deserved. They played start to finish best basketball in the Big Ten. Okay. Beat Michigan twice, pounded them. And, but Michigan beats Purdue twice, regular season and the Big Ten tournament, and Purdue's a 4. Michigan beats Maryland on an exhilarating Tyus Edney type score. I don't know if you caught the end of that game from their point guard down the middle of the court, right on Maryland to beat him at the buzzer. And Maryland's higher seeded. And then they beat Wisconsin, and Wisconsin's a 3 seed. Oh, okay. So it looks like they made their bracket, and it just didn't matter who was going to win the Big Ten tournament. Fine. So Michigan's a 5 seed, then the dreaded 5-12 spot, as all of us in everyone put that up one more time in the South region that Michigan is in, but they're playing their first games in Denver. All of us Wolverines are learning all about UC San Diego being a 30-win team.
Ooh.
Got no idea about that, the dreaded 12 seed. And then Texas A&M plays Yale. It would be amazing if Michigan plays Yale, not only just because it would be Yale versus the Harvard of the Midwest, but Danny Wolf, Michigan's one of their 2 revelatory 7-footers, was a transfer, one of those rare Yale transfer portal to Michigan.
Whoa, that's a cool story.
Yeah, Dusty May snagged him from Yale. And he's now in Michigan. Auburn is at the top of that South region and the top of the entire bracket, even though It lost in the semifinals. It didn't even play for the conference championship in the SEC. The other 1 seeds, Florida, is a 1 seed as well. A terrific season for the Gators. 1 seed, Duke. We all understand what's going on with Duke. Cooper Flagg expected back. 30-win Houston is another 1 seed. Florida is a 1 seed out west, playing in Raleigh, and then in San Francisco is where the West region is. There's UConn. How about the 2-time defending men's champs as an 8 seed, taking on Oklahoma? The title defense will be on the line. They eke in as an 8 seed and might be the round of 2 opponent against the Florida Gators. There's Maryland, which Michigan beat, taking on 13-seeded Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon.
Okay. That's in the West region right there. As I mentioned, Duke is the 1 seed out east, starting in Raleigh. That should be a great time for all those in North Carolina.
Home game.
Duke all the way.
Against the winner of American or Mount St. Mary's, waiting for that first 4. Don't call it a play-in, please. Oregon and Liberty, Arizona, and Akron for that top of the East bracket region. Alabama is the 2 seed in the East. As I mentioned, out in the South, Auburn is 1, Michigan State is 2. And then in that Western bracket, where Florida is 1, do you know who's 2? St. John's. How about St. John's as a 2 seed? Like I'm back in friggin' high school again.
Right. And they're playing those games are in Providence, where Rick Pitino used to be the head coach. Took Providence to a Final Four.
That's right. So those games in Providence, by the way, okay, Omaha, if I'm not mistaken, it's Omaha's first ever NCAA tournament appearance. And then the other 3 coaches in Providence, Bill Self's Kansas Jayhawks taking on John Calipari's
that's
Arkansas Razorbacks. And then there's Rick Pitino's St. John's.
That's awesome.
And then little old Omaha, trying to call, if you will, an Omaha on March Madness. With St. John's coming in, Rick Pitino is a 2 seed with St. John's in Providence, Rhode Island. Wild.
Got to assume that's a night game, Rich.
Why is that, Chris? Because the whole country wants to see a New York team in prime time? Is that what you're saying? Why are you saying that, Chris?
No, Rick Pitino's a vampire.
I didn't know that. Careful, there might be some pushback on that.
From the vampire lobby?
Anything else? Anything else leap out at you, from interesting matchups to governors threatening to sue? Honestly, you know what? Is there more of an absolute waste of anybody's time than somebody in state or federal government, local government, spending any taxpayer dollar or any single split second of their time railing against a sports snub?
Yeah, Mike.
By threatening to sue. Florio, Mr. West Virginia himself.
Yeah, he chimed in. He was like, we definitely got screwed, but this seems like both a waste of time and a publicity stunt.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, I care about what you care about, so I'm gonna threaten to use the levers of government? Trust me, as a Michigan Wolverine, nobody would jump into the NCAA sucks pool quicker than me. But I wouldn't want the governor and the AG of Michigan to be doing anything other than, governing the state and actually catching waste, fraud, and abuse and holding those people who deserve to be held to account in such fashion. But kudos to the governor's staff to come up with a National Corrupt Athletic Association. That was a good one.
I like that.
Did they sit around the meeting and go, harumph, I didn't get a harumph out of you?
Harumph.
By the way,
Harumph.
as you know, that's what you say to governors. William J. Lepetamain once did not get a harumph, and he took it out on Rock Ridge.
I have no idea what you're saying.
That is
I
from
get it
Blazing
now.
Saddles, sir. Governor William J. LePen of Maine.
I think you're right though.
Help me in with this.
The Providence with the superstar head coaches. I love that. That's always a storyline, especially in the one and done era.
Yeah.
The coaches are kind of the stars now. Did I see a record 14 SEC teams made it? That is bananas.
Yeah. I mean, you look everywhere, and there's SEC teams everywhere.
Everywhere.
We'll see, bud. We will see. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.